Hi, I'm Joan Foster, and I'm lead of the Manhood Peninsula Action Group. And we've been working together for over a couple of years now because of our great concerns about the proposals to build so many more houses on the Manhood Peninsula. And for those of you who don't know it, the Manhood Peninsula is the bit that's south of the A27 down to Selsey, Chichester Harbour in the west, Pagham Harbour in the east. And today we're particularly concerned because we're hearing all sorts of things about possibilities of a link road, and we need some explanation and clarity. So I'm delighted to be talking to Peter Montin, who's a West Sussex County Councillor for the Manhood Peninsula and has been following this with great attention. So Peter, can you sort of tell us what we need to think about?
Thank you, Joan. Thank you very much. And hello, everyone. Yes, indeed. The press release that CDC published last Friday, I think that's a good starting point. They say that their focus is on water treatment and on the roads. So just talking about the roads, why is that something they're focusing on our local highways? And as Joan already said, we are concerned about the huge number of extra houses that would have to be built under the local plan. And more houses means more traffic on our already congested road network, and especially the A27. And so planners and indeed the inspector, when the plan is submitted, need to satisfy themselves that the mitigation has been applied, only mitigation for the impact of the additional traffic. So not for all the traffic problems, but mitigation for additional traffic. So that's what the work is about. Now, here,
so Peter, is that the mitigation because of all the additional houses that could be built? They have to have some sort of road structure to take them off the Manhood.
It is to deal with the additional traffic in the area, but particularly on the Manhood. And most of those problems will arise on the junctions with the A27. There are other areas as well, but the most prominent problems are around the A27 junctions. And so that's where the interest arises. Now, just talking about the A27 a minute, and I'll come to the mitigation measures as proposed. The A27, as most of us know, is a strategic road east to west with important economic centres between our ports along the south coast. Goes around an arc around the south of Chichester. But here, of course, it also conflicts with our local traffic. For us, it's a distributor road with 5 major busy roundabouts and a lights-controlled crossing. So there are 6 junctions on a 3-mile stretch of strategic road. So the County Council is the highways authority for our local roads, and so needs to consider very carefully and agree with what CDC's consultant, because they have a consultant working on it, what they are proposing, especially for 4 of these 6 junctions on the A27.
Let me just say, CDC is the Chichester District Council.
Yes.
And it's interesting because the Chichester District Council, CDC, they are responsible for the local plan. They have to decide where the houses go. But West Sussex County Council, they are responsible for the highways. Is that right?
That is correct. And so therefore, we are a statutory consultee, and our agreement has to be sought with what eventually is proposed by way of highway mitigation. So we're not involving ourselves as a county council in a local plan, only insofar as it affects the roads and how the roads have to provide for the mitigation of the additional traffic over the planned period to 2035. So as a county councillor here on the Manhood, I'm obviously taking a very keen interest in the work by CDC's consultants. So to answer your first question, Joan, the aim is why District Council are zeroing in on highways at the moment is because they have to demonstrate mitigation for the additional traffic. And I repeat, not to deal with existing congestion problems. As I've heard some of the planners say, they want to achieve a situation which is no worse than it is today. I think after prolonged interference and delays with major reconfiguration of the A27 junctions, this is going to be a hard sell to the motoring public as having been worth it. I think many will agree that this is obviously a premise.
Would you just briefly tell us what the proposed mitigation is?
Of course I will, yes. So the mitigations, as far as the junctions on the A27 are, 4 of the junctions on the A27 are concerned. It is a package of linked measures. So it's not pick and mix. There are linked measures at 4 junctions. First of all, starting at the west on the Fishbourne roundabout near Tesco, that would be converted into what's known as a hamburger roundabout. So no flyover, with the A27 going through the middle and all the other roads on a roundabout, which will still be there, but all with traffic lights. So then there will be, going east, there will be the Stockbridge roundabout and then the Wick roundabout. Both of those roundabouts will be converted to straight crossroads, but there'll be no right turns and also controlled with traffic lights. And fourthly, the Bognor A25 junction roundabout will also be a hamburger junction. Again, no flyover, but traffic lights. So 4 junctions, each of those controlled with traffic lights, 2 hamburger junctions and 2 crossroads with no right turns. But in order to deal with there's one other measure which is also very significant for us. In order to allow people to turn right, after all, if you're coming down the A3 from London or from Portsmouth, shall we say, and you get onto the A27 and you want to go to the Witterings or to Selsey or to Hunston or to Bundham or further, you have to turn right somewhere. So the right turn will now be provided by the link road to start at the Fishbourne roundabout. So that's where the link road will start and it will end, it is planned, on the A286, that's the road to the Witterings, just south of Donington, where the 30-mile-an-hour limit ends. So those are the measures to deal with the A27.
So let's just think about that. They are talking about at each end, Fishbourne and Bognor, a hamburger roundabout, controlled by lights, and that there will be for the traffic to go through, but everybody else will be held up.
Yes, that's right.
And at Stockbridge and Wick, they are going to have no right turns going onto the A27 or off the A27.
Yes,
so
right.
That means I live in Hunston. I want to go to Sainsbury's. I will have to go straight through the middle of Chichester, causing more traffic there. Or I guess I could go up this link road to Tesco roundabout and then come all the way back again.
Yes, or go through Chichester as well.
Yeah, which sounds quite appalling.
Yes.
So, and particularly, what are the implications with this linked road? Well, to the environment and that sort of thing.
Well, there's a point I wanted to come to, but I can discuss it now. Is that the county council has not yet agreed to this link road. It's agreed that it needs to be studied, but it hasn't agreed. It wants to see a lot more evidence. So there is computer traffic modeling involved. So you can alter traffic patterns and see how they change. They also have done modeling for the environmental effects, the air pollution, for noise, and in particular, we want to know how the neighboring areas are affected, because these traffic models can go quite far away. It's not just a junction. So there are 3 areas. What does it do to traffic in Chichester, the city itself? What does it do on the east-west corridor? So the A259 to Fishbourne and Bosham is very important, because all they will be able to do is turn left onto the Fishbourne roundabout, either wait for the traffic lights across the A27 and go into Chichester all the way around it to carry on east. So it's quite important for Fishbourne and Bosham, we shouldn't forget. So the other, so as I say, the east-west corridor, A259 in both directions, the one into Arran as well needs to be looked at. And very importantly, of course, south of the A27, all our parishes down here. So the Donington, Birdham, Itchenor, West Wittering, East Wittering, all of those, Mundham, Hunston, it will affect all of those. And so the traffic flows through there. And importantly, for those who know geography here on the Manhood, anybody who's had to turn right down the link road and wanting to go further afield, they will all have to go through a little lane called Wapham's Lane to go anywhere, to go to Selsey, to go to Mundham, to go to Hunston, to go beyond to Pagham, all down Wapham's Lane.
So it will be chaos and it's unreal. The Wapham's Lane, I know it well. It is teeny, it's got tight bends. They're going to have to drive straight through it. It can't possibly work. The other big concern, of course, is the environmental damage to Chichester Harbour by taking a link road from Fishbourne to the A286. Is that right?
Yes, it's very, very close to the boundary of Chichester Harbour, which is a triple SI site of scientific interest. And birds overwinter in the field and fatten up during the winter in the field where this link road will go. Is proposed. And so we're also asking for quite a feasibility study of this link road, of its buildability in a potential future floodplain and what is involved in that. County Council wants to know all about that before we can go any further. Of course, the Highways Agency will also have its requirements, but I don't know what they are, but because it also uses part of their highway.
And one thing that's really, I think, is so puzzling. I did a little bit of checking yesterday, and I know that Chichester District Council voted for a mitigated northern route. West Sussex County Council voted for a mitigated northern route when they were addressing the A27 over all this time. And our MP, Gillian Keegan, said that she would hold a transparent consultation on all options. Now, it doesn't seem that that's happening at all. All we are doing is getting something put into the local plan, which is actually one of the original options, option 2. Is that right?
Well, two things there. First of all, what you will be told, or what I've been told, is that this is to mitigate the local traffic increase because of the local plan. It in no way deals with the existing problems, and that's for later, and we're waiting for the Highways England to come forward. Well, what I fear is that once this link road is built, you are actually already starting to deal with the big through traffic, because you're taking through traffic off the busiest section between Fishbourne and Stockbridge and funneling it down to the Manhood. So you've already started dealing with part of the problem that Highways England otherwise would have to deal with. So what I fear is that once this is there, notwithstanding being told that it'll be dealt with later, it won't be for a very long time, and we'll be told that this will suffice for the time being. 10 years, 20, I don't know. So that is what I really fear. Now, so that is the answer that I understand our Member of Parliament has received, and also our Cabinet Member for Highways. But it has been repeated to me that that wish is still there, which is to have a mitigated northern route. Now, you said that this, meanwhile, is option 2, and that's the second point. Actually, it isn't at all. Option 2, which was proposed 4 or 5 years ago now, actually had flyovers. Now, these are all what is known as at grade, on the same level junctions with traffic lights. So that's a very big difference. What it's more like is something that was known as option 3, which got just 3% of support in the public consultation. So it's not option 2, it's option 3, which is all on the level, same level, traffic lights at the 4 junctions, plus the link road attached to it as well.
Peter, thank you. It feels absolutely horrific what this will do to the poor residents of the Manhood. And yes, a bit NIMBY, I am one, to have to sit in traffic jams forever. It will destroy the beauty and all that we have here. So thank you so much for this. What we will do is, I am quite sure we will speak again. I know that you're working on this constantly, and we're very grateful. So thank you, Peter, for now. We'll talk again.
I'll be happy to come back because there's more to say.
Indeed.
So a pleasure. Thank you.